We're now in 2025. In 2024, we've seen a lot of changes in the music industry. We've seen AI get more advanced in some ways that will benefit us and in some ways make us afraid of losing our jobs. We've seen TikTok go from a platform that was known for 15 to 30-second videos to now promoting videos that are 3 to 10 minutes long. We've seen Threads grow in popularity. We've seen Spotify demonetize songs that don't hit 1,000 streams. Every year, the sound of music changes and the platforms that we use to build our audience and monetize our music changes. But there's one thing that's never changed no matter what happens in the industry, and that's the need of building a genuine connection with your audience. If you're a music producer, one of the ways that you might be trying to make money off of your music is by selling your beats. Every year, we always hear people saying things like selling beats is dead, music production is oversaturated, or artists are cheap and don't pay for beats. And while there is more competition now than there ever was before, there are still a good amount of producers who are able to sell their beats as one of their streams of income. There's a commonality that most producers who have success in their career have. That's their brand or their reputation. There are millions of producers who are fighting for the same opportunities as everyone else. The producers that typically win them are the ones who stand out either by having a unique sound that sets them apart from the crowd, or that aren't afraid to show off their personality. Ideally, you should have both. Let's be real, it's quicker and easier for an artist to rip a beat off of YouTube than to contact a producer and have to make them a beat from scratch. And yet, there's a good amount of artists who would rather work one-on-one with a producer, either because they have a unique sound, or they have a personality that the artist connects with. The same can be said for producers who sell drum kits and loops. It's not that hard to find sounds for free or for very cheap. And yet, there's still a good amount of producers who are able to sell their sounds and charge more for them than a monthly subscription for Splice. Why would someone pay $40 for one sample kit when they could go to Splice, pay $10 a month, and have access to a seemingly endless amount of sounds? Once again, it comes down to branding. What can you offer that's new, unique, or different? Maybe you have an inviting personality that makes people want to support you. Maybe you have a unique sound that people can only get if they go through you. Maybe you have sounds that were used in a song or a project that went gold. No matter what it is, you need to figure out what makes you unique and show it off for the world to see. One thing a lot of people are afraid of is being replaced by AI. Like it or not, AI is here to stay and it's going to keep advancing. There are already AI tools that can generate beats, melodies, lyrics, and emulate someone's voice. There are even AI tools that can generate videos of people and that actually look realistic. Even if AI can get to a point where it can replace certain tasks, it can't replace your unique personality. Music's relationship with AI going forward is going to be interesting to watch. On the industry side of things, I can see labels wanting to use AI to replace their employees and maybe even their songwriters and producers in order to have less people to pay and more money to put into their own pockets. Whether it's ethical or not, businesses are always looking for ways to cut down costs and to maximize their profits. But the one thing AI can't replace, at least not as of today, is human connection. The same way you can search up type beats on YouTube and have an endless amount of beats to choose from, you can put a prompt into an AI tool and have it spit out beats within a few seconds. But there's a special feeling about getting in the room with another creative and making music with them that you just can't replicate with AI. Even if AI gets to the point where it can replicate the literal task of making music, it can't replace the inside jokes a producer and an artist who have been working together for years have. It can't replace a 5-hour-long studio session where the first 3 sound more like a therapy session and the last 2 are used for actually making music. If you run a faceless YouTube channel where you post generic or mediocre sounding beats, then you have every right to be afraid of being replaced by AI. But if you offer something unique to your supporters, you should still pay attention to how this technology evolves, but you'll be a lot harder to replace. So what should every music producer do in 2025 and beyond? If your goal is to have a career in music production, or at the very least have it be one of your streams of income, you need to focus on building your brand. You've heard people say this every year, and so far it's never changed. It's getting harder and harder to run a faceless type beat channel and expect that to be the only thing that you need in order to sell your beats. Whether you like it or not, if you want to increase your chances of success, you need to put a face to your music. That could be in the form of a YouTube channel where you show yourself making music or talking about music, or even an Instagram account where you do the same but in short form. Even if you hate social media and don't want anything to do with it, the only other alternative is to build your brand offline. That means going to open mic nights, local shows, studio sessions, and networking events where you shake people's hands and show how you can add value to them. If you don't know where you should be putting your focus as a music producer, if you're worried about not finding work, or if you're worried about being replaced, this is the solution. Like it or not, there's a lot of competition in the music industry at every level. No matter what, there's always going to be advances in technology that affect how we monetize our music and grow our careers. Whether it's music gear becoming more affordable and accessible, being able to download beats for free off of YouTube, or the potential for AI to replace the need of a beat maker, we're always going to face challenges that we need to learn and adapt to. Even with all these changes, it's still possible for you to grow your career and to find work as a music producer as long as you're willing to build your brand. It may be easier said than done, but don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Find what makes you unique, double down on it, and give people a reason to want to work with you and support you. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it useful, please give it a like, a comment, and subscribe for more. And if you want to learn how you can find artists and producers to work with, click this video.